First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. You guys seem to love my what I eat in a day videos a lot, and so I thought it would be a great idea to shoot a what I eat in a week video, but just focus on dinners, because this is usually the meal of the day where I really go in the kitchen and really cook something and make a recipe. And I thought it would be awesome to share with you guys some recipe ideas for weekly nights dinners. Also, I want to mention that these dinners, most of the time I have about 2 servings of what you see on the plate, and I cook for both David and I. Some of these recipes will last us for more than just one dinner. I like to cook bigger portions so that we have leftovers. I personally really love leftovers, and David also really loves to bring some lunch to work, so he'll make sure he's gonna be eating yummy and healthy foods. On Monday, I made a red curry with jackfruit and vegetables. It was so delicious. For this recipe, I used around 4 to 5 garlic cloves and a little bit of ginger. I minced all very finely, and then I put it in a pan with 1 chopped onion and then some water. You could also add oil if you wanted to. Wait a couple minutes, and then I added some kaffir lime leaves. This really gives your curry or some Asian dish a delicious taste, and I really love them. So I used about 4 of them, and I either put them whole and remove them at the end, but this time I just broke them into tiny pieces, and it was fine, and we could eat it like that. And then I added 1 to 2 tablespoons of red curry paste. The one we use is vegan. Make sure yours is, because oftentimes there is fish products in them. And you can also add more of it or less of it depending on how spicy you want your curry to be. Then I added my vegetables, which was zucchini and carrots. I had chopped them before. There was also some bell pepper in it. And then I added 1 can of jackfruit. You can buy these usually at Asian stores, or some organic stores have it, like the one I order online called Katsudomi. I will link it down below. They have some really great products on there, and it's a lot of organic things, a lot of vegan alternatives. And then I added 1 can of full-fat coconut milk. This will really make the whole dish super creamy and delicious. And then, I just bring it to a boil and then let it simmer. And then I serve the curry with jasmine rice and some fresh green onions, Thai basil. I also added some shiso, which we do grow on our balcony, and some fresh chili. And then I just added a few cashews for crunchiness. This meal was so good. I'm actually gonna be doing it again very soon because it was so delicious. The jackfruit really adds a really nice texture to the curry, and it was just so flavorful and creamy, and I just really loved that dish, and David loved it too. So if you have non-vegan family members or boyfriends, feel free to try this recipe and make it for them, because I'm sure they're gonna love it so much. And yeah, we ate that for lunch the next day as well. On Tuesday, I made ravioli. This was a very easy dinner and very quick dinner. I had a birthday earlier and we went for drinks, and I had a plate of hummus and bread and some different vegan spreads. So I was quite full, and I didn't really want to cook something that would take a lot of time. So I just chopped a few fresh tomatoes that were from our balcony, and then I used these organic vegan ravioli, which are spinach and a vegan mozzarella in it. You just need to cook them for a couple of minutes in boiling water, so that was really easy. And then I just poured them in a plate with my fresh chopped tomatoes, some fresh basil from the balcony, and just olive oil, salt and pepper. That was a very easy, quick dinner, and I think that during the week we all have these days where we have so many things to do and we get back home from work or whatever event we're going to and we just don't want to spend an hour in the kitchen cooking. So that was a great alternative for that. This is not something I'll eat all the time, but every once in a while it's very convenient, and yeah, it was actually super delicious. On Wednesday, I made vegan burgers. For the fries, I just cut my potatoes into wedges and then I put them in the oven at around 200 degrees Celsius for around 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how long they need. I'll check on them. I don't add any salt or oil to them. I find that they become really crispy just on their own and very delicious. Then I chopped up some onion to make some caramelized onions for the burgers, and I used some date syrup and soy sauce to caramelize them. You could add maple syrup or agave nectar, any kind of sweetener that you have at home. You don't have to use date syrup, but that's what I had on hand. And then I also made some very simple hummus. Then I grilled some vegan burgers, and for this recipe I used the Beyond Meat vegan burgers. You don't need to use the Beyond Meat burgers for this specific recipe. I really like the taste of them, but if you'd like to make it a little bit more healthy, you could use veggie burgers instead. There's so many possibilities. This is just something that David and I like to have every once in a while. So we'll buy store-bought vegan burgers sometimes, and that's very convenient as well. So I grilled them a couple minutes on each side, and as soon as I flipped them on the other side, I added some vegan cheese. This is also something I bought here in Switzerland, but yeah, feel free to use any sort of vegan cheese you have on hand wherever you live. And then I had bought some seeded bread for the burgers, so I cut it in half and then I added some of the hummus, some cucumber, lettuce, then I added the patties with the cheese, and then I put the caramelized onion, some sliced tomatoes, and then the last part of the bun with some more hummus on it. And it was just so yummy and delicious, and David and I really loved it, and this is really something we enjoy making every once in a while. On Thursday I made some vegan lentil and bean chili. This is a recipe I'll do almost every week. So for the chili I used 2 cloves of garlic, which I chopped up, some green onions because I didn't have any white onions left, but feel free to use whatever kind of onions. Even red onions would be great for this recipe. I added this into a pot and roasted the onion and garlic with some cumin and some canned tomatoes. Then I added some green lentils to the pot along with some water and a can of red kidney beans. You can add or use any type of beans for this recipe. If you wanted to use fresh beans, you'd have to cook them prior to it. This is why sometimes I like to mix beans and lentils together as well. So yeah, feel free to use whatever beans or lentils you have for this recipe. Then I just bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for at least 30 minutes on medium heat. And then I served the chili with some white quinoa that I made in the rice cooker. On the side I also put some kale, which I had previously massaged with olive oil and lemon juice and salt. Then I just topped it all off with some fresh tomatoes, green onions, basil, avocado and lemon juice, and some fresh chili for some spiciness. If you like it, feel free to add more. If you don't, add less of it, or completely ditch it. Is completely optional. This was a delicious dinner, very filling, high in protein, and yeah, absolutely loved that one. And then finally on Friday, that was also a more lazy night, and I had some vegan paella. This was leftover paella that David's mom made, so I just heated it up. And then to serve with it, I chopped some purple kale from the garden and massaged it with some lemon juice and tahini. And I also chopped up a few fresh tomatoes to add some more freshness to this dish. And yeah, I just served it with the leftover paella, drizzled some lemon juice on top of it all. It was so delicious. This is not a recipe I made myself, so I'll try to find a vegan paella recipe and link it down below for you guys. I don't have my own recipe of paella yet, so this is really something I'm willing to learn and master over fall, because this is a recipe I absolutely love. You could add tofu or fake meats to your vegan paella. This one was just rice with vegetables and mushroom, and it was really good, very delicious. Also a great way to finish any leftover veggies that are in your fridge. So that's all for my dinners of the week. I will put the recipes on my Squarespace website. For those of you who don't know what Squarespace is, it's an amazing platform to create your own website, blog, or online store. I've been using it for quite a while now, and I've presented to you guys many times already. But for those of you who don't know yet, I have a blog on Squarespace. I love Squarespace. I think it's amazing. You can really link all your social media platforms to it. It's very easy to use, looks super professional. I'm very bad with website design and all these things, so yeah, Squarespace was a big help for me and I love using it. If you've been thinking about creating your own blog or website, I highly recommend you to get a free trial at squarespace.com. This is a great way for you to just get hands-on with the program and the platform and how it works, and so you can just see if you like it, see if it suits what you're looking for, and offers services that will help you to create your own blog or website. And then whenever you're ready and want to move ahead and launch your website, you can go to squarespace.com/chloe.chenorkian, and that link will offer you guys a 10% off discount of your order of a domain or a website. Some of these recipes that I made this week will be on my blog. I will link it down below as well. And yeah, just let me know if you try any of them. Feel free to tag me on Instagram if you recreate some of the recipes. I love to see you guys making some of the food that I share on here. This makes me so happy. I hope you liked this video and it was interesting and helpful and give you some ideas on what you could cook. If you have any vegan recipes that you'd like to share with me, feel free to share them down below in the comments. Tell me your favorite ones. I need inspiration. I love cooking, but sometimes I just keep doing the same over and over. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.